What did your church teach you? They say the Sabbath. They say the Sabbath day is what? The 7th day is what? Sunday, right? They changed the Sabbath. So now you don't know that today is the Sabbath day. So now you've already lost track of the Lord. Remember the Sabbath day. When did we forget the Sabbath day? Brandon, when you think we forgot it?
Shit, start going to church with people.
But when did we start going to church?
Years and years ago. It's way out of our control.
Yeah,
It's been
going.
Let's use something been going.
When do you think we forgot the Sabbath day?
I'm not sure, sweetheart, but I know it's been a while, though.
Right, you're absolutely right.
It's a while. I don't know the exact date. Okay.
In slavery, you couldn't read. So the white man taught you what the Sabbath day was. Daniel 7, you know what I want. The 7 and 21? Go ahead. Go ahead.
So what they got to do with us buying stuff?
Come because we're going into the laws of the Sabbath. I'm about to go there. I'm about to show you that the white man changed the Sabbath. And then I'm going to go back and show you what you're supposed to be doing on the Sabbath.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 25. And he shall speak great words.
So this is talking about the white man in the end days. He said he going to speak great words, meaning what? He going to speak great words against the Most High. How? These are the children of God right here. Come over here. What tribe you from? What it say? You Judah. You from the tribe of Judah. What they tell you in America? You what? What are you, sister? What do they call you in America? You black. You African American. You nigga. You everything but tribe of Judah. Who they say tribe of Judah is? Who they say the Jews are? The white people. That's how they speak great words against God. They took God's heritage and they saying it's theirs now. What color is Christ, sis? I know you know. We just went over with you. What color is Christ? He black. But they say who's Christ? This white guy right here, Caesar Borgia. So they speaking great words against God. They are taking God's heritage. They taking God's people and they said, nah, that's us. And they moved us out the way. So now we think we niggas. We think we baby mamas, we think we spicks, we think we thugs, we think we gangsters, we think we everything but who we are. The tribe of Judah, that's the greatest tribe. That's God's favorite tribe. That's where Christ comes from. You know Christ has sisters and brothers? That means y'all could be his nieces and nephews. That's how closely related to Christ you are. But you don't know that. You think the white guy is Christ. So read that part again.
And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High.
He wore us out. He took our nationality away. We don't know who we are. That's how he wore us out. Remember when you got the past shoes you've been wearing for a long time and you can't even see the bottom no more? This wore them out. That's what the white man did to us in slavery. He wore us out. He took all our nationality, he took everything away from us and gave us what he wanted. Read.
And think to change the times and law.
And he thought to do what?
And think to change times and laws.
That's what daylight savings is about. They had a meeting and had a vote, and if you voted against it, you was called an April Fool. So you get April Fool's Day when they make a joke about you on April 4th, because originally the New Year was in April, but they wanted to change the New Year to January. Right. So if you voted against it, they called you an April Fool. That's where that whole holiday comes from. But a lot of times we be doing stuff we have no idea what it's about. But that's what that's going into. They wanted to change the times. Then they came up with daylight savings because they wanted more time in the daytime. So now you got daylight savings and you got fall back. These are things that the white man has made up to go against God's nature. So let's go back to remember the Sabbath day. Because you asked, why is that important about buying and selling?
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
To keep it what?
Holy.
Holy means to keep it righteous. So read.
6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the 7th day.
When is the seventh day? You say Sunday? And you forgot everything we just went over. Saturday is the 7th day. Saturday means Sabbath day. Like when you go to Spanish, it's called Sábado. Sabbath day. It's never, the only reason why you don't know is because slavery is gumming up your mind. The 7th day is Saturday. Today. So, read that part again.
But the 7th day.
Remember
the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy
So
work.
you're supposed to work your job and do all your job on those other 6 days. That means Sunday through Friday, that's when you're supposed to be working. On Saturday, it's supposed to be the day of the Lord. Read.
But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work.
You should not do no work. So that means when you go, you shouldn't be working a job. Now look, some of us don't have a choice because the jobs that we had before we came into this truth, before we came into the knowledge, force us to work on the Sabbath, on the Saturday. Some people don't have that choice. But if you do have a choice, stop working on the Saturday. Like y'all not working, so y'all don't have to work on the Saturday, obviously, because y'all out here chilling. But some people, they stuck. That's their job. Read.
Thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy sons, nor thy daughters, thy maidservants, nor thy maidservants.
Because back in the day, we had butlers. We had people, like for instance, say your partner down and out. He needs some money. You loan him some money, but he can't give it back to you. He come work for you. He come do regular stuff like clean the house.
What am I loaning him the money so he can't get back?
That's he working it off. Because we had love for each other back in the day. Now we look at each other like, hey partner, I ain't gonna get the money back. Now back in the day, we had love for each other. All right, bro, you can work it off. Because I understand you in a situation, you about to lose your house and stuff like that. We ain't gonna let you fall out like that. Just come work for me, bro. All right, I ain't gonna have you doing too hard stuff either, because we had other nations that was our slaves too. Meaning the other people, the Arabs, the white people and all that, they was our slaves back then too. So they did the hard work. Like how we was in slavery, they would do that kind of work. But we had cats.
I'm about to ask this. So the Edomites, they not cursed.
The Edomites?
Yeah, they cursed.
Oh yeah, they cursed.
So everything they did to us don't happen to them.
Double cup. That's the reason why the Lord letting them do what he letting them do. Because when they finish, they gotta pay double. Yeah, they gonna pay double. But not just them. Everybody gotta pay. That's why the Most High allowing them all to do what they do, and he ain't intervening yet. He's starting to intervene now with us. That's the intervention right now, is us. But we out here showing you, while we out here teaching you, that's the start. And then next thing you know, a certain amount of us do it. Next thing you know, big black man come out the sky with an army of black men, and it's over.
Right.
But I know you never heard that before, and it sound weird because it look like she like yeah. I'm gonna tell you something, sis. Christ is a black man. Where he went to? Where he went? When he died, where he went? Did he go down or did he go up? Do you know that? What is that, Acts 26? Let's go with Acts 26, if I think. Because a lot of our black people don't know this. They think that UFOs is fake. They think it's some green weird aliens. They've been seeing crap like Independence Day and all this other garbage. Y'all think that's real? No. That's fake. They trying to make you be afraid of your forefathers, your ancestors, your angels. Those are angels. But you haven't been taught that's the angels. You've been taught that's a UFO. That's a new word the white man made up. Before that, the history, everybody always knew what that was. But now that, yeah, them the angels. What you, them flying around watching us? Yeah. I bet you watch. I'm gonna go to that.
So you ain't gonna talk about the Nephilim?
The Nephilim is fake.
That's fake.
The Nephilim was us. Back when they said there was giants them days, that was us. We was all tall. I'm gonna go in there in a minute. But just go ahead.
Acts chapter 1 and verse 11. Which also said, ye men of Galilee, why
I
stand...
want to send it. Does that work?
I got you. Why ye gazing up into heaven? The same Jesus which
Before
is...
that, when he went up. I want to see.
Verse 9. And when he had spoken these things...
So go to 6. I want 6 specifically.
Verse 6. When they therefore were come together.
This is after Christ been pierced. This is when Christ came back from the dead. He hung out with the disciples for 40 days and 40 nights before he left. He teach them all the secrets before he leave. So he getting ready to leave. So they asked him this. Read.
They asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel? Because
they thought that the kingdom was going to come soon as Christ died and rose. They thought we was going to be in the kingdom forever then. But no, it was certain that we had to go into slavery. We still had to finish our punishment. Just because we believe in Christ, then we still got to finish our punishment. Our punishment is this. Read. Verse 7. And he said unto them, it is not for you to know the times or the seasons which the Father hath put in his own power. But ye shall receive power after that the Holy Ghost is come upon you. That's what you're learning now. But let's keep going. And ye shall be witnesses unto me both in Jerusalem and in all Judea and in Samaria
and unto the uttermost part of the earth.
So that's where we at now. Now we in the uttermost parts of the earth. How we got to the uttermost parts of the earth, sis? How we got it? How did black people get to this side of town? You think we just walked? And we singing? Columbus is one part. What Columbus did? Yeah, he did. He took the South Americans. You're right. Do you think Columbus discovered this place, sis? I want to hear her. I want to hear her thoughts. You got sense. I want to hear her thoughts. You think Columbus discovered this place? You know what discover means? It means you find something that nobody else have found, right? So, was it people over here when Columbus got here? You believe so? Do you know what kind of people? Do you remember their names? You remember the Mayans, the Aztecs, the Incas, the Olmecs, all that? The Chichimecs? I know you don't know those parts. Those what they really was called. So, but you know they was here, right? No, it was people here. It was pyramids here. It was temples here, right? It was cities here. So how can you discover something? There's people already living here with their own cities. So did he discover this place or not? No. That's the point. That's the point. How you gonna discover something when people already living there, hanging out there? That's like wherever you stay, I go bust in your door and be like, "Oh, this is my spot now." You be like, "What? I live here." No, you don't. I just discovered this place, and then they kill you. That's what happened. Columbus ain't discovered nothing. They was already here. So you got sense. Now you know. Now they clicked on you. So they lied. They didn't discover nothing. They stole this place from us. Right. That's the point he going into. Yeah, we know the Almanacs and the Chichimecs and stuff was black. Those our people. We understand that. But we also came over here in slavery. It's reasons why we came in different time periods. So where we left off at?
Verse 9. And when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him.
He was taken up in a cloud. Let's see what a cloud is. What is it? Psalms 104? You what I want? Psalms 104. Yeah, that's the one I want. You thinking clouds is talking about that?
Check 104 and 3 or 104
that's not what it's talking. It's 104 and 3. That's not what it's talking about when it's talking about clouds. You ever seen The Matrix? Matrix 1? Remember at the end when he hung up the phone? What Neo did? It's been a long time, huh? You don't remember? Go back and think about it. Neo, he started talking trash. Remember, he got his powers now. He destroyed the Smith. Then he on the payphone. He closed the payphone. And then what he do next? He flew into the air. And then all the people start looking. You got it? Read.
Psalms 104 and verse 3. Who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariot.
Make the clouds his chariots. That's what it's going into. It's talking about the clouds his chariots. It's talking about the UFOs. That's the vehicles that they ride in. We always knew that, but now we forgot. So go back to that part of Ascending, verse 9. Acts chapter 1, verse 9.
Acts chapter 1 and verse 9. And when he had spoken these things while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. And while they looked steadfastly toward heaven as he went.
So now they looking up, looking at Christ getting the UFO chariot, and he flying away. So they looking up like, dang, they amazed. So what happened next?
As he went up, behold, two men stood by them in the white apparel.
So imagine we looking up, and then two big old black dudes and draped up in white and gold just start pop up out of nowhere. Read.
Which also said, Ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? This same Jesus, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him.
The same way he came, he left in a UFO, he coming back in a UFO. That's what all them movies about alien invasions is about. White man know what he doing. That's why they got a space force down. They trying to fight. That's why they've been trying to go to the dark side of the moon. They know where we at. They know where our ancestors at. They trying to fight. We the sons of God. When they say we the sons of God, it means we the sons of God.
family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models.